So I wanted you to comment a little, because you are also a resident of this city and we are struggling with infrastructure issue. If there is a way, there is a learning that you've had, how to turn around a project like this while sort of aligning all the stakeholders, and what can Bangalore city do to be able to move the needle forward for itself?
I don't want to overstretch myself by saying that I have answers to those questions. But however, what I must say is, first of all, I must clarify the notion that doing this project will have enough learnings for the city of Bangalore. You see, this is far easier than turning around a city like Bangalore. While the stakeholder ecosystem is complex, remember, we are a greenfield site. For all practical purposes, we are a private entity, right? We have 26% state.
But majority is with the private.
Majority is with. So there is an entrepreneurial spirit that's driving it. Site is free of all encumbrances. We have complete control over this. We're not in a. We don't have to grapple with the challenges of democracy in that sense, and therefore this is a far simpler project to execute. The city's challenges are just massive. First of all, it's got legacy issues of how the city has developed over the years and built layer over layer, and those. And over the years, the level of complexity has only grown. For the city to grow, there is a lot of undoing that has to be done before we take the next step. And therefore, what the city has to do is far more complex. And I have really a high level of respect for what everybody is trying to do. So I think transportation is a big challenge. And I think with the metro coming in, some of that should get taken care of. In the transportation thing, the problem is not managing traffic. The problem is creating better transportation options that will enable people to get from one point to the other. By putting the passenger at the center of it is going to be the fundamental issue that needs to be handled. From a water standpoint, again, a huge challenge. I don't know whether you're aware, but we have handled our own water problem in this 4,000 acre campus. There is a learning there that can be taken to the city. So for example, we have very actively looked at rainwater harvesting in a very powerful manner. In the last 10, 12 years, we have we put together a program of rainwater harvesting, as a result of which today we replenish 2.36 times the water that we consume.
Wow.
Right? So for every liter of water we consume, we replenish 2.36 liters of water. And as a result of which we have water surplus. So in this period when the city is grappling with water crisis, we have turned around and told the city we don't need any more water. We will manage our own water requirements. We consume about 3 million liters of water every day. But we take that water from our own sources that we have created. We have created lakes, we have created reservoirs inside the campus from which we take water, treat it and use it for our own requirement. Okay. There couldn't be a better contribution to the city. But the city can pick up from this, because if Bangalore, I recently saw a report that said that if Bangalore does rainwater harvesting in a very effective manner, 100 days of Bangalore Airport's requirement, Bangalore City's requirement can come only from that one source, right? So that's a great way to look at it. That's one thing that we can do. Then third thing is the power of a master plan and the discipline of cities sticking to the master plan. It's important to have, for the city as well, a master plan as to where growth will go, and also important to make sure that we stay true and disciplined to that master plan, right? So when you give building clearances, no building clearance should be given unless it's possible for the road to have the absorption capacity for the traffic that will be generated, unless that building can be delivered power and water that it requires, and until it can take away the sewage that it produces. Until these things can be done, it should not get clearances. And that should be all covered as part of the master plan development. And the urban planning guidelines should cover all these requirements. But it takes a lot of discipline in the kind of environment that we have. It's very difficult to achieve that.
For stories like this, keep following us. From Code to Culture, our podcast. Subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media.